Hey guys, it's Asha with Rice and Raw. And before I start this video, I just want to make a really sad announcement. And that is I will not be able to attend the Thai Raw Till 4 Fest this year. I know, it really sucks. And I hope I'm not letting anyone down. I just thought it was important to tell you guys in case you're expecting me there. Just things happened in my life where it's just not possible for me to be in Thailand at this time. I will still be in England for 3 weeks in the month of June, and I will be in London hopefully at the end of the last week of June. So I was thinking maybe meeting up with some people there and, just eating fruit in the park or something, just hanging out, getting to know you guys. If you guys want to know more updates about that, check out my Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I post like pretty much every day. I'm pretty active on Instagram, so if you guys miss me here, definitely follow me on Instagram. So yeah, this sucks. Really unfortunate, but I'm just one of those people that once something bad happens to me or something, negative in my life, I just kind of completely push it out of my mind and forget about it. Just how I cope with things. I don't know if that's healthy or not, but yeah, it sucks, but I'm just moving on and moving out and just gonna be okay with it. That's how it is. So what this video is about is that I feel like today there are 101 different types of diets, 101 people telling you this is the healthiest way to live, low carb, high carb, vegan, not vegan, paleo, whatever. There's so many different types of eating, and how do you navigate through this market? There's always someone trying to sell you something, and for me personally, I think that you should find what resonates with you, what you feel right with. And for me, I just felt so right once I started thinking about this idea of eating just plants and eating carbs and eating as much as I want. That started to really resonate with me. And the weird thing is that I had to understand that doesn't resonate with everyone. Like, my mom has no interest in eating in abundance. She doesn't want to eat tons and tons of food. She actually gets uncomfortable with me eating too much food at one sitting, and yet she'll say I'm too thin. So, so there's that. She's very thin and healthy, and she's the moderation type of person, which bothers me. Saying, "Oh, I eat in moderation," because she really does. She picks at things. She eats tons of wonderful greens. She'll always have salads. When she goes out to eat, she'll have half of her sandwich here and then half of her sandwich at home, later on. So she's a peckish eater, you would say, and she isn't vegan, but she does eat a lot of plants, and she has almond milk, but she does have yogurt and a bit of meat or whatever, but she's still very healthy. Her cholesterol is very low. Doctors always say how healthy she is. So I'm not saying going vegan is the only way you'll survive. You can definitely be healthy in other ways, but I personally think that a vegan diet has potential for amazing health increases. And, of course, the whole ethical side, I just personally don't believe that humans should be enslaving and murdering and eating other beings on this planet. Just a personal preference for me. So there are a lot of diets out there, and so they all have their perks and they all have their downfalls, really. But what I found is that when you find a lifestyle that people are not trying to sell you, they're not trying to push merchandise on you, then that's the type of diet that makes sense, because these are just people who are just so excited about it. They don't even care if they're getting paid or not. They just want to spread a good message. They just want people to experience the positive things that they've experienced. And that's why I really love the high carb vegan lifestyle, especially, is that there are people who are trying to sell you snake oils and all that kind of stuff, like, man, blah blah blah, all those kind of people, which I hardly ever watched. They just didn't resonate with me. Those kind of people just don't resonate with me. I watched a few of their videos. I'm like, not working, sorry. But Freely Enduring Rider, they resonate with me. They might not resonate with you. They might not resonate with everyone in the world, obviously. They might make people very uncomfortable. It's a matter of personal preference. But once you find a lifestyle that you're like, hey, this makes sense, and you're allowed to think for yourself, and you see positive results in your health, in the way you feel, then, go for that. And I get a lot of people asking me, to give them reassurance. Like, they gained a little bit of weight initially on this diet, which is expected if you come from, a past of some kind of calorie restriction or some crazy yo-yo dieting. Then they want me to guarantee something. And I mean, I need to remind you that I'm just like you guys. I'm no nutritionist. I'm no therapist. I'm no expert. I'm just here to share my experience with you guys. And I'm just so passionate about this lifestyle because it's helped me so much. I never thought it was possible to be comfortable with food. I just didn't know that was allowed, really. I just thought I'm a girl, that's how I am. I'm going to crave junk food. I'm going to obsess about chocolate for the rest of my life. But it doesn't have to be that way. And this lifestyle helped me realize that. It really might not work for everyone. I don't know. It might work for everyone. It might not. I just really don't know. I can't guarantee anything. I'm just like one person who has just experienced this lifestyle. So I just wanted to remind you guys of that. And I always encourage people to think for themselves. If you hear me say something, if you hear Freely or Darren Rudd or someone say something about nutrition, go research it. I listened to people, but I never took their word for granted. I always researched myself. I always looked into things myself. I watched documentaries. I read books. I read articles. Don't depend on other people to tell you how to be successful. I mean, take their advice, but research it and then find out if it resonates with you. So I don't know. I really hope that people take charge of, their health and their lifestyle in the way that they decide for themselves. And, I'm not out there trying to poach people to come into this lifestyle and force people into veganism. It's really up to them. I only really talk to people who want to know more, who are asking for advice. And even so, I can't give advice on everything. I can give advice on some things that I am so 100% sure of, and that is, how to just become more comfortable with food and, comfortable with yourself, which is affirmations and surrounding yourself with people who think positively of food, and talking to your parents when you have issues, and seeing a therapist when you need to. I think those are such important things. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And don't be afraid to love yourself. Don't be afraid to compliment yourself. I really highly suggest affirmations, whether or not you're speaking to yourself in the mirror, thinking to yourself in the mirror, or even writing them down. I think a daily affirmation is very important to helping you start to be more comfortable with yourself and start to take care of yourself. You don't need to be so down on yourself. You are allowed to take care of yourself, and you're allowed to put yourself first. Because once you put yourself first and you fill yourself up and you're so good to yourself, then you can overflow to others and help out others in the best way possible. And you will never burn out by helping others. You burn out by helping others when you can't even help yourself and you're just putting out all your energy to help someone else, which isn't beneficial for you or for that person. So, I don't know, I'm kind of going off topic here. But I'm so passionate about just helping people make a positive relationship with food and with themselves. And whether or not that be through 80-10-10, a high-carb vegan diet, just a vegan diet, or something close to it, I think as long as you are developing a better relationship with food and you're starting to feel better about yourself and feel better in general, health-wise, having better energies, then stick with that, because that's obviously working. I don't just follow high-carb vegans on YouTube. I also follow bodybuilders and, those kind of people, and their lifestyles, although obviously extremely unhealthy, because having cake and ice cream, on cheat days in huge amounts, obviously is just not healthy, but obviously it's working to some degree, because these guys that I follow, they're very ripped and they're coaching other people, and these other people are getting success on those diets, which, that's wonderful, and it must be working. So I'm not here to say there's no other diet on this world which is going to help you, because, there are probably other ways of eating that could be beneficial, but personally, this has just worked for me, which is why I'm just so passionate about it, because it just has helped me realize that I can take charge of my life and I can make the decisions for myself and not feel like I'm just some out of control, voracious person, you know. So I just want to make a video about that. And you know, some people will completely disagree with me, some people will agree with me, and it, on any stance, you're going to have people who disagree with you. So that's just something that I guess I've been realizing too. But yeah, comment below if you guys agree, disagree, want to talk about it further, and I will see you guys later.